Deep within a forgotten attic, hidden beneath layers of dust and cobwebs, lay a tape. Not just any tape. This tape held a secret. A dark curse. It was whispered to have been created by a malevolent entity, its reels imbued with pure evil. The origins of this tape were shrouded in mystery, with no one truly knowing how it came to be. Some say it was the work of a dark sorcerer, others believe it was a cursed object passed down through generations. The tape's casing was cracked and faded, the label scratched beyond recognition. It looked like any other old VHS tape, but those who knew its story understood the danger it posed. Within those fragile grooves, a sinister force lay dormant, waiting for an unsuspecting soul to unleash it. No one knew how the tape came to be, or who had first unleashed its curse. Some believed it was found in the ruins of an ancient temple, others thought it was discovered in the aftermath of a tragic event. But one thing was certain: the tape brought nothing but misfortune and despair to those who encountered it. Legend had it that anyone who dared to listen to the sounds within would be met with unimaginable misfortune and despair. The tape was said to contain the voices of the damned, their tormented souls trapped within its reels. Those who listened to the tape would hear whispers of their darkest fears, driving them to the brink of madness. It was a tale whispered in hushed tones, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the ordinary. People spoke of the tape in secret, afraid that even mentioning it would bring its curse upon them. The tape's dark origins and the horrors it contained were a stark reminder of the unknown dangers that could be hidden in the most unexpected places. The tape's story was passed down through generations, each retelling adding to its mystique and terror. It became a legend, a cautionary tale for those who dared to delve into the unknown. The tape's dark origins and the curse it carried were a testament to the power of the supernatural, a reminder that some things are better left undiscovered. And so, the tape remained hidden in the attic, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to find it. Its dark origins and the curse it carried were a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows, a testament to the power of the unknown. The tape's story was a warning to all who heard it. Some secrets are better left buried. The Thompson family, blissfully unaware of the lurking evil, had recently moved into the old Victorian house. John, the father, stumbled upon the tape while exploring the attic. Its unusual appearance sparked his curiosity. He picked it up, intrigued by its mysterious aura. He thought it might be a home recording, a glimpse into the lives of the previous occupants. Excited to share his discovery, John called his wife, Mary, and their 2 children, 10-year-old Billy and 8-year-old Sarah. The family gathered in the living room, a sense of anticipation hanging in the air. They huddled around their old VCR, a relic from a bygone era. John carefully inserted the tape, his finger lingering on the play button. As the tape whirred to life, a low hum filled the room. It was followed by a series of distorted sounds, unsettling whispers, and eerie static. The children exchanged nervous glances, but John dismissed it as old recording equipment. However, as the tape continued to play, the sounds grew more unsettling. They heard faint screams, guttural growls, and what sounded like maniacal laughter. The room grew cold, a chill that seemed to emanate from the tape itself. Mary felt a shiver run down her spine, and the children huddled closer to their parents. The atmosphere shifted, a palpable sense of dread settling over the room. It was as if an unseen entity had entered their home, its presence growing stronger with each passing moment. Over the next few days, a series of strange occurrences plagued the Thompson family. John became withdrawn and irritable, prone to fits of rage. Mary was haunted by nightmares, vivid visions of shadowy figures and disembodied voices. The once happy home was now filled with tension and suspicion. They couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, their every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. Billy, once a cheerful and playful child, became increasingly withdrawn. He refused to sleep alone, claiming that shadows danced on his walls at night. Sarah complained of hearing whispers in the dark, her innocent laughter replaced with nervous silence. The family's bond, once unbreakable, began to fray at the edges, strained by fear and paranoia. Section 5. The Children's Terror. One night, Sarah woke up screaming. She claimed a shadowy figure had tried to grab her from her bed. Mary rushed to her daughter's side, her heart pounding with fear. She tried to comfort Sarah, but the little girl was inconsolable. Billy, awakened by his sister's screams, huddled in the doorway, his eyes wide with terror. The next morning, John found his prized rose garden destroyed. The flowers, once vibrant and blooming, were now wilted and black. as if a fire had swept through them. He couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was at play, something beyond rational explanation. The curse of the tape was slowly tightening its grip on their lives, pulling them deeper into its web of terror. Section 6. Trapped in a nightmare. As the days turned into sleepless nights, the family became prisoners in their own home. The once vibrant and lively household was now a place of dread and despair. The walls seemed to close in on them, and the air grew thick with an unshakable sense of doom. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind outside, sent shivers down their spines. The once welcoming house now felt oppressive, every corner cloaked in shadow and fear. The rooms that once echoed with laughter were now filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional inexplicable noises that seemed to come from nowhere. The family could feel an unseen presence watching them, lurking in the dark corners, waiting. John, desperate for answers, tried to destroy the tape. He smashed it against the floor, threw it against the walls, but it remained unscathed. His frustration grew with each failed attempt, his desperation turning into a maddening obsession. He knew that the tape held the key to their torment, but it seemed impervious to any form of damage. But it wouldn't break, burn, or even scratch. The flames licked at its surface, but the tape remained untouched, as if mocking his efforts. It was as if the tape was protected by some malevolent force, a dark power that refused to let go of its grip on the family. It was as if the tape was indestructible, its evil permanently etched into its very being. The sinister aura that surrounded it seemed to grow stronger with each passing day, feeding off the family's fear and despair. The tape had become a symbol of their helplessness, a constant reminder of the nightmare they were living. The family's life had become a living nightmare. They were no longer just dealing with sleepless nights, they were battling an unseen enemy that seemed to thrive on their suffering. The fear in their eyes was palpable, their once strong bonds now frayed and weakened by the relentless terror. They were trapped in a spiral of terror, each passing moment more horrifying than the last. Time seemed to stretch and warp, each second feeling like an eternity. The clock on the wall became a cruel reminder of their endless torment, its ticking a constant mocking presence in the background. The curse of the tape had seeped into their lives, poisoning their thoughts and turning their dreams into nightmares. Sleep offered no escape, their dreams were filled with the same dread and horror that plagued their waking hours. They awoke each morning more exhausted than the last, their minds and bodies worn down by the relentless fear. They were no longer a family but rather, pawns in a twisted game orchestrated by an unseen entity. The love and warmth that once defined their home had been replaced by suspicion and fear. They felt watched, manipulated and powerless against the dark force that had taken over their lives. The nightmare seemed never-ending, with no hope of escape in sight. Section 7. Seeking help, finding despair. Desperate for help, Mary sought the advice of a local priest, Father Michael. She had heard of his wisdom and compassion, and hoped he could provide some solace in her time of need. Her heart was heavy with fear and uncertainty, and she felt as though she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. He listened intently to her story, his kind eyes filled with concern. Mary recounted the strange occurrences that had plagued her family, the eerie whispers in the night, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Father Michael's expression grew more serious with each passing word. He had heard whispers of the cursed tape, rumors that had circulated in hushed tones throughout the town's history. The townspeople spoke of it as a dark legend, a tale to frighten children, but Father Michael knew there was more to it than mere superstition. He knew the evil it possessed was very real and very dangerous. The stories he had heard from those who had encountered the tape were chilling, and he had always hoped he would never have to confront such a malevolent force. Father Michael promised to do what he could, but warned Mary that the curse was ancient and powerful. He explained that it had claimed many lives over the centuries, and that breaking it would not be easy. His voice was steady, but the gravity of his words was unmistakable. He gave her a silver crucifix, instructing her to keep it close at all times. The crucifix was a symbol of protection, a beacon of hope in the face of darkness. He hoped it would provide her with some comfort and strength in the days to come. He told her that faith was their strongest weapon, but even he couldn't conceal the doubt in his voice. The curse was unlike anything he had ever faced, and he feared that their faith alone might not be enough to overcome it. The Thompson family was facing a force far older and more powerful than anything he had ever encountered. As he looked out the window, deep in thought, he prayed for guidance and strength. He knew that the battle ahead would be difficult, and that they would need all the help they could get to survive. Section 8. The curse's grip tightens. Despite Father Michael's assurances, the situation only worsened. The entity within the tape seemed to feed off their fear, growing stronger with each passing day. One evening, as the family huddled together in the living room, the lights flickered violently. A deafening roar echoed through the house, shaking it to its very foundation. When the dust settled, John was gone, vanished without a trace. Mary, her face etched with despair, knew in her heart that the curse had claimed him, dragging him into the abyss from which there was no escape. She clung to her children, her only solace in the face of unimaginable horror. Section 9. A haunting silence. Weeks turned into months. The authorities never found John, and the house remained shrouded in a chilling silence. Mary and the children eventually moved out, unable to bear the weight of their grief and terror any longer. The cursed tape, however, remained. It lay forgotten in the attic, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. The curse of the tape lived on, a haunting reminder that some secrets are best left buried. And in the quiet of the night, if you listen closely, you could almost hear the faint whispers and maniacal laughter emanating from the attic, a chilling testament to the darkness that lay within.